Dude, that washing machine is going fucking through it right now.
Dude. Okay, listen.
That washing machine is literally fighting for its life. Did you see it? And the tube is draining into the sink.
Wait, okay, so the other day, let's start this podcast with a story.
Welcome to another episode of BarTalk. It's your host, Abigail, and co-host, Tracy.
Hello?
Carry on with your story about the washing machine and the tube hanging into the sink.
Dude, so, yeah, you know why there's a hole in my wall? No?
I didn't see the hole.
There's a life-size hole in my wall, pretty much because the pipes are really old. It's a 1970s house. They got copper pipes, yada, yada, whatever. We have an HE washing machine. So the pipes go right down into the dump sink, and whatever is that, like, catch that where the pipes meet got mega clogged up. So my washing machine, whenever it would drain, would go right through the pipes and come right back up. So then somebody in my washroom room was fucking like 8 foot deep in water. Like it was bad. It was like coming all the way through this wall right here. And so I was like, oh shit. So we, moved everything, cleaned it, got somebody to fix it. Didn't work. Somebody lifted the pipes up through the wall saying that there just wasn't enough room because the pipes were old. Thought it was good, wasn't fixed. Stefano decided he was going to cut a fucking hole in the wall. Okay. Why? I don't have answers, but that's what he did. So my ghetto ass solution for now, instead of getting it fixed, was I was going to duct tape the pipe to my dump sink. So here's the thing. The pipe was good. It was good, okay? And it was duct taped to my dunk sink. So every single time I took did my wash, it would just go right down and nothing would happen. It was all good. Well, my parents came and they were like, this is ghetto as shit.
Yeah, it
so
is.
We're going to take a clothes hanger hook and make it look a little bit better. And I don't know why they thought that would make it look any better, but it doesn't because it's still a pipe in my dump sink. But now the fucker shoots straight out and I just so happened to kick it on accident. And the other day I heard like, and I was like, oh no, something's going on in my washroom. And I kicked the pipe so it was facing like straight up. Dude, this water was coming straight through the pipe, missing my dump sink, going, you know how tiny that room is?
Yes.
It was hitting the
ceiling.
It was hitting the ceiling.
Oh, no.
And it was hitting the refrigerator. And I was like, I was like, what do I do? And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, if I go in there, I'm going to get soaking wet. So what do I do? And then I kind of like, I was like, I think I got to go around. So I went out my house, through my garage, because I just didn't want to get wet.
And you're just letting it go this whole time while you're going around?
I mean, like...
Get fucking wet, bro.
I know, but it was just like happening, and I wasn't really thinking about it.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. So now it's just really aggressive.
And carry on, everyone.
Yeah, so now it's just really aggressive.
Dude.
So, but listen, hopefully the person that's going to buy my house will just fix the hole in the wall and we'll call it a day.
Dude, okay.
Yeah. So that was like 2 days ago too. So like everything in there was kind of really wet and my house is up for sale. So I was like, wow,
you're selling it really good right now.
Yeah. I'm like, this is really good. But my mom sent me a St. Joseph. And did you know that apparently, my mom says it's not true, but apparently, if you take 2 St. Josephs, you turn them upside down, and you bury one in the front of your yard and one in the back of your yard, it's supposed to be like, good luck to sell your house. My mom sent me a St. Joseph, and when she was a real estate agent in New Jersey, every house that she sold had one on the windowsill. So I have one in my windowsill that she sent me.
Okay.
So I got that in the mail yesterday, so I'm praying to St. Joseph that I could sell my house.
Okay.
Soon. Yeah. So
all right. Well,
with that being said,
in the name of St. Joseph, what are we talking about?
Okay,
I don't know. Tracy's going to spring it on me today.
Yeah.
I was thinking about topics and
dude,
mine don't matter. Okay.
Okay. Yours don't matter because this is a parent. This is a parent.
Okay.
And it's like,
if it's the same topic I'm thinking about, it's going to be.
Oh, no, it might not be. Was yours fitnessy?
Yeah.
Oh, same. Okay. All right. So I've gotten a lot of people. All right. Let me say this. A couple episodes ago, we talked about nutrition and we talked about how some people in our flocker class, like Denise and all of them, are going through this like fat loss challenge, which first of all, shout out to them. There's a whole group of people in our crew that are doing their own body fat, or is it just fat? I forget.
Body fat percentage.
Yeah. Body fat percentage
challenge.
And like, I think it's amazing that like, just like as coaches, you basically give people the confidence enough to be able to do something like that on their own. Like
Yeah.
Abigail trains Denise, I train Denise. Like they're just doing it on their own. Super proud of them.
Denise.
Yeah, dude, she's fucking killing it. However, all of them are athletes. And a lot of them are springing on the conversation between other people that are not in it of they want to lose weight because they feel heavy running. They want to lose weight because they need a change in their bodies. They visibly see that they have to be in a caloric deficit, but they're not sure where the line of the sand is, where because you're an athlete, you still have to eat an adequate amount to be able to have the energy to be an athlete while also not taking in a surplus of calories.
Can I summarize that in a way that makes sense? Okay.
Yes.
How to continue to reach your physique goals and improve performance while in some sort of calorie deficit or losing fat.
But these people are all competing.
Yeah, that's why I said improve your performance goals.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I wouldn't say performance goals, because I would say like some people that I've talked to, some people that see them doing that aren't in my class that have just like messaged me on Instagram and asked like how they're doing is like solely physique. But I want this to be more or less like athletic goals, like not just physique and how you look. It's like the physique comes with it.
That's why I said performance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're right. You're right. I was just making sure.
You explain it however you need to explain it.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You have to, any athlete is going to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very easy. Yeah. It's very easy the easiest way to lose weight is to not eat.
I mean, yeah.
No, seriously. No, yeah,
it sounds so bad, I know, but it sounds like don't eat.
Yeah, that's like the very old school. That's a very easy way to not eat is to be like, I'm going to cut out all carbs. That's everybody's first thing.
Yeah.
Cut all carbs.
Yeah.
And for your average human, sure. Whatever works.
Right.
Sure. If you are competing, if you're an athlete, if you're somebody who trains, 6, 7, 8 plus times per week, you can't really do that. You can, and then you'll turn out like me, where you go into pans and you like don't even know your own name because you're so tired.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, like, do you know who Tyler Weldon is? He's one of my flockers that comes to the 5:30 afternoon and super early. He also trains with Jason Sharp.
Yes.
Yeah. Really cool dude. We call him Bro Cat. Super fun random story. He has a cat that he calls Bro Cat, but it's not even his fucking cat. And this dude.
Did I run with him at the 5:30 last week?
Yes. Oh, the guy we were doing
I love him.
Okay, yeah. The guy we were doing skiing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a really good example because, well, he kind of talked about it, but not like his nutrition in a sense.
His training.
He talked about it in his training, but this guy he was a Marine, okay? And so he comes from a very like hardcore athletic background. He used to run marathons, triathlons, whatever back in the day. Obviously, like time goes by, he's now a father. He hasn't done all of that in a really long time, but his competitive nature is still there. So when I tell you this guy started training and is right back in it, I mean, like he is right back in it. And the caveat to that is that he wanted to lose a lot of weight. So he put himself in a caloric deficit. Fine. By most people, totally fine. The problem is this guy is training for a 100-mile bike race. And then immediately afterwards, the week following, he's doing an ultra marathon. And so his training split right now is mega hours on the road, mega hours on his feet, mega hours in the gym. And on top of that, he's got a shit ton of life and work stress. And so he came out to me and he was like, I am tired all the fucking time. And I was like, okay, well, let's start with the basics, right? Like, are you overtraining? How much time are you putting in the gym? Do you need to knock back some of your training sessions to one time a week in an hour instead of twice a week for an hour for each time, right? Like we're doing all the basics. And then it got to the point where I was like, are you eating? Like, are you eating? And he's like, well, I really need to lose weight. So, I've been like in a mega caloric deficit. And he just happened to throw out the number of like 1,500 calories. And I literally looked at him and I was
why
like,
is that everybody's number?
No,
I feel like every person, when they're like, I'm going on a cut, dude, they're always like, let's put it at 1,500. Why? You could be, it's like the freaking 110-pound chick
Oh my
220-pound dude, they're always like 1,500.
Dude, it drives me nuts. I think it's because like on every single thing that you read, it's like, this is based off of a 2000 so-and-so diet. And you're like, I guess like 500.
I don't know. It doesn't, yeah. Honestly.
But he said no. He said 15. And I literally looked up and I was like, so that's not even enough. That is not even enough for what you fucking do in a day.
That's a basal metabolic rate. He's probably at about 1,500.
Right. So I'm like, over the course of a week, and then you want to say like, yeah, you feel super good on Monday, probably because you loaded up on fucking pizza and beer all weekend. So you're like, carb load, let's go. You do your thresholds on Monday, and then by the time it's Friday and you have to do a 20-mile road,
feel depleted,
and you feel so depleted, and you're like, well, I've only been eating 1,500 calories a day.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. That's like teetering the line of like being unsafe.
Yeah, well, you know? But I think what people need to know is now have like actual action steps that they can take. My biggest thing is if you can legitimately hire somebody to do your macros and not just say, here, these are your macros, but to literally plan out your meals for the day. I think that is like serious. Like it takes all the stress out. They tell you what you're going to eat. You can talk about it if you're like, hey, I'm allergic to this or I hate this or whatever. You guys can adjust, but it's like you have a nutrition person giving you everything you need to eat in the day, the times of days to eat it. It takes all the stress out of it. All you have to do is like either purchase the meal plan stuff or get the food and weigh it out. It's to me, it's wild. It relieves so much stress. People think it's more stressful, but when somebody plans everything for you, it's way less stressful. I think it's stressful when you have to plan the macros and what am I going to eat in the day-to-day and the da-da-da. And then what happens is my experience, you become hyper fixated, or if you're not tracking right, there's a hyper fixation that can occur with food where you're like, okay, well, I don't want to eat too much, but oh my God, I've got this workout, and then I've got, do I eat in between the workouts? And oh wait, I ate a lot this morning because I was really freaking hungry, so maybe I'll skip this meal in between workouts, but oh my God, am I going to be bad for this workout? And then shit, I haven't even had my freaking creatine yet today, and but I don't know, I forgot it at home, so I need to put it in something, so maybe I will save calories for later to put it. I mean, like, it's literally... And I'm saying this because
so focused.
I'm saying this because I get hyperfix. I have hyperfixation issues, and when I get into it with nutrition or performance related things, it will be food. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's training, sometimes it's my shit needs, like, my house needs to be clean, like whatever it is. But there are phases where it's like I will hyperfixate on nutrition, and so for people who are, I really want to meet this goal, I'm very serious about my sport, hire somebody. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. Even if you hire somebody for 2 months, they set you up with all your macros, you get an idea, you have the food outlined for you, and you can adjust it yourself as you go. Like, so helpful. Right. I would say do that.
Like, people need to learn, I think, a little bit about it. I think people also don't understand.
Most people do not track, right? Most people don't know what a basal metabolic rate is. They don't know what,
just about to say, people don't understand what a basal metabolic rate is.
They don't understand what, like, the thermic effective food is. They don't understand non-activity exercise thermogenesis. They don't understand, I said that wrong.
No. You're right.
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Neat. Okay. I think
I
switched it around. Yeah. I think I said the wrong. They don't understand actual calories from training. You know, it's like there's a lot that goes into it. It's like a lot of people think, oh, I'm lifting, I have to eat a lot of calories. I'm doing cardio, I eat less calories. And it's like, yeah, kind of, but usually, like, when you lift, you're burning like 200 fucking calories. If you're only lifting and you're not adding any conditioning, and it's like you really don't need to eat that much. It's like, what are your goals? You know. So first of all, actually, let me back everything
up.
What
are your actual fucking goals?
Are you trying to get swole as fuck? Are you trying to do a bodybuilding competition? Are you trying to get strong? Are you trying to get lean? Are you trying to run a marathon? Are you trying to do a jiu-jitsu competition? Are you just trying to look sexy? Yeah, whatever it is. Like, first figure out your goal. Then you need to figure out what kind of meal plan is going to work to accomplish said goal. Because your goal might honestly require you to eat more than you think.
Well, that's exactly what I said to him too, and that's what I said to a couple people in the morning class.
You want to run 100 miles, brother? Yeah, you got to eat, especially like intra workout. Like, people are like blown away by the fact that during a workout they need to supplement. I had a client; she's trying to run a marathon, and I'm like, your 11 miles takes you almost 2 hours right now.
Taking in calories.
You have to. you can't, you're just not going to eat anything. Mm-hmm. No electrolyte. No. All right. It's like,
yeah, like they don't take that into account. And that's what I'm saying is like, I think the confusion, I don't know. I think just like a lot of people, and I don't really know where it came from. Maybe it's like the media, or maybe it's just like the most simplest version, is that people just don't take into account what they're actually doing, like the exertion that they're putting themselves through. It's like, you are going to do a 100-mile race. You're going to run a marathon. So don't be an idiot and eat 1,000 calories a day and just expect yourself to live and have energy and to burn and to gain lean muscle mass. Like, you have so many things that you're trying to hit, so many points that you're trying to hit, that you have to have fuel to do so. First of all, you have to have fuel to live. So it's kind of like, there's that like weird give and take, you know? Like if it was just physique related, you'd be like, oh, you want to look sexy? Caloric deficit sounds good. If you come up to me and you're like, hey, I want to do this ultra marathon Spartan, and I want to run a road race, and I want to do this, and I want to swim and this and that. And it's like, but you also want to be in a mega caloric deficit, and then you're not going to have any energy to actually do well in your race. Is it even worth it? Like, was that even your goal the whole time? Mm-hmm. Or are you just trying to screw around?
I found that leads to so many things I could say here. Like, I think that you have to be careful, though, of, like, I'm going to run, so thus I need calories. Because, yes, that is factual, right? Like, burn calories now, eat calories now. Okay?
Or let me rephrase
but it's important to note for the peoples, because this also leads to other disordered activity. And the only reason I know these things is because I have done them before. Is more workouts, right? It doesn't mean that you have to do more to eat more.
Right. Yes.
Because then you will also fuck up your training goals, which is, you don't always need more volume. Sometimes you have to rest. And on those days, you still have to eat. I'm just going to like outline that before we move any further. Like, for all the people who's listening to this, who's like, on my rest days, I lower my calories by X, Y, Z. Let's rethink that based on your goals. I'd say overarching, hire somebody to help you. Second of all, you can plan your own macros. I think we should go in and talk about what macronutrients are. Carbs, protein, fat. You can talk about fiber or alcohol, but we're going to
just keep it as is.
Yeah. Usually people group alcohol as something, they either put it in as a carb or a fat, and they just track it that way consistently across time, because it's 7 calories per gram or per ounce. So protein, fat, 2 essential macronutrients. You absolutely fucking need them, like, to live. So you have to eat them. Carbs are not technically required to live, but if you are a performance-based athlete, in the sense of you're like, I'm going to run a lot of miles, carbs are pretty fucking helpful. They're
pretty fucking helpful. In layman's terms, they're pretty fucking helpful.
Pretty fucking helpful, considering they're
like your energy source, but that's okay.
They're the most efficiently used in the type of activity that's required for both sprinting, heavy lifting, endurance training. They break down quickly. They're stored usually pretty quickly, depending on the carbohydrate, and then used most readily. Fats take a little bit longer. We won't get into the in-depths of the metabolism of each one, but know that protein per gram, for every 1 gram of protein, it's 4 calories. For carbohydrates, for every 1 gram, it's 4 calories. And for fats, for every 1 gram, it's 9 calories. Yeah, everyone freaks out. That's why everyone lowers fats, because they're like, it's so much. It's fat. I don't know why fat is just like, oh, because it's called a fat. It's just a word. They think fat. No, like, more fat doesn't equate to fat on your body. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Also, people, because it's higher in calorie per gram, they freak out and they're like, I'll just get rid of fats. Fats are very satiating. They're very important. Fats are not just used for like metabolism for training, right? Like we actually have a system that has to operate properly and keep us healthy and strong. So there's a lot of metabolic functions that occur outside of just like burning calories for workouts that you need. Protein is also very satiating. Protein is not stored in the body. Protein is used And if it's not used, it's excreted in that day. That's why protein is like very important, that you get the amount of protein you want every single day. Fat, you do not always have to get the same amount every single day because it can be stored. Same with carbohydrates. So basic information on those things, I think, is important. We could talk a little bit about electrolytes, right? Especially if you're an endurance athlete. Or if you're doing a lot of cardio, sweating a lot, or even if you have physicals, but you work like an outside job and you're sweating all day.
In general.
Yeah. Electrolytes are important. You need them. They fuel.
Especially in the summer.
Every like electric. Electric reaction in the body. Yeah. Right. All kind of like to move my body. There's chemical reactions going on. I would say it's like an electric reaction, really, because there are neurotransmitters, and then the sodium-potassium pump works to allow for these things to move, and then to move your body and the system to function. Like, super basic. We're not going to go in depth about it. If you do not have the electrolytes you need in your body due to, like, I sweat a fuck ton, I haven't been eating a lot, I was just gonna say, like, I haven't had any high-sodium foods, I would consider having those either intra-workout, post-workout, before a second training session, after a hard labor job, before you go to the gym and lift your weights.
Some salt on your food. Yeah. Every once in a while.
Yeah. I realized I was super, I think, not sodium deficient, just I wasn't taking in enough electrolytes. Remember that phase that I went through where I was like eating fucking pistachios and like nuts like crazy?
Yeah, I fucking told you
I wanted the salt on the shit so bad.
Yes.
And when I was going home and eating my dinner, when I say like I would have my food and I was like
cranking like Himalayan pink salt on your shit. Like
it was like all I tasted, I think, honestly, was salt. Dude, and it was not enough.
Like when I end up getting into a really bad spot like that, especially right now, like y'all, if you're listening to this and you are not in Florida, outside. It is hot as shit. It is like 105 degrees out there. It is. We run at 7 o'clock in the morning and we literally look like we dumped ourselves into a pool 17 times when we were done. And like even sometimes right now, like you just can't catch up with the amount that you're doing every single day and the amount of sweat that you're, spewing out every single day. I'll like come home and literally put some like Himalayan salt in a little thing of water and just like drink it. Because like I just cannot keep up. And that's how I am too, is like all day you feel like tired and just like you're not getting enough water. And it's not about just having water. It's about having electrolytes in your water. Sorry, I gotta turn this off before he calls me.
Okay. Sometimes I think that too also like for people who are like, I'm so tired during the day and I don't have energy, food does not always equal energy. Sometimes like the best thing to do is just to have an electrolyte supplement. When I'm fasting, I found that if I have an LMNT, all of my brain fog is gone.
How much sodium is in an LMNT package?
1,000 milligrams.
Whoa, really?
It's
got magnesium in it too?
And 200 milligrams of potassium.
Does it?
And I think 60 milligrams of magnesium.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting away from. There's a couple different things that we use. I mean, LMNT is one that she uses.
I love LMNT. It's good. To me, it is the perfect amount for me for my activity.
Yeah, it just I don't know. Like a liquid IV is 500, but I can get I can stomach it.
I can't do. All I was
really
sugar.
Big with the
I
Noon.
hate all that sugar.
I was really big with the Noon for a while, but Noon is not enough. I want to say it's like 300, which is not enough because you got to keep them in your back pocket. And then they're like these little tablet things instead of like being a dissolvable.
And they taste like shit to me.
Yeah. No, I actually liked a couple of them. They're kind of the nice things about Noon is that they're fizzy. And like because of the stomach that I have, I'll have to drink something carbonated like a ginger ale or a Sprite every once in a while because my stomach just needs to settle because I have a bad time like digesting a lot of stuff. Like so the Noon had that like fizz to it. And so it was actually good for me to have on runs because like, especially in the heat, my stomach will kind of start keeling over and then it's nice. But dude, I just like, then you're going to have to carry 2 Noons on you and it's not a dissolvable packet of like, whatever. It's like these big clunky tablets. It's just a pain in the ass. So I just moved to, I wanted to try the Elementi.
I love it. Also, they have like a chocolate flavor. They have some like savory flavors that you don't put in water. You can put them in protein shakes. So I'll put them in like smoothies or I'll put them in protein shakes or you can put them in your coffee.
Dude, I was going to say we should try that coffee over cardio stuff. Legit.
Okay.
There's that coffee over cardio company that they have their Hydrate Mix, and that is literally electrolytes that you basically put in your coffee, and it's like cinnamon toast crunch flavor. They have like Cocoa Puffs, and it's like, you know, just like you would put coffee creamer, but instead
LMNT has, I would say, a better electrolyte profile than this company.
I don't have never really. Oh, well, no, we did.
It tastes great. It just if they keep working out the kinks on it, I think it could be really good. I know why they put less sodium. It's because it tastes good and not super salty.
Right. But that's what you need.
But you need the salt.
You need the salt, right?
So they have to just kind of get over that and just add a little bit more salt, I think.
We actually had the conversation today when we were at the trails. I was talking to Alana about it, and I was like, dude, like, as much as I know I need it, for some reason, just in the heat of the summer, when you get that like cotton mouthy, like dry back of the throat, like I'll have water on me and it'll have electrolytes in it. And I'll be like, I know I need this so bad, but I just want water. And just water, man, like it goes right through you because you just like can never get enough with the amount that we're sweating out there. But sometimes it's just so hard to stomach down. And that's why like sometimes after runs, I'll come home and you have that like wicked dehydration headache. And then I'll come home and I'll take some pink Himalayan sea salt and I'll just swig it really fast and I'm good. Like that was the cure. Like I don't got to take any medicine or anything. I'm just like, I know I'm dehydrated as shit and I need some sort of salt in my system. So I take it really quick and I'm good.
Yeah, so I'd say for people who are trying to reach certain goals physique-wise, but also like they want to look good, feel good, but also do the athlete shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe they need to lose a little weight so that they can be a better athlete, whatever.
I did.
There's going to be a certain level of sacrifice. There's going to be a certain level of hunger, I'm sure that you feel. There's going to be a certain level of habit change you're going to have to make. Usually most of my clients, when they're doing that initial, like, I want to lose a couple pounds type of thing so that I'm lighter on my runs or that I feel better when I'm doing whatever activity it is that they're doing, it's just the act of now observing what they're eating in a day. They're realizing that it's like, oh, I'm snacking on XYZ way more than I need to. Yep. I mean, like, dude, when I'll cut weight for jiu-jitsu, literally all I have to do is stop eating dark chocolate. I eat like fucking 400 calories worth of dark chocolate in a day.
Yep.
I mean, easily.
Or like all the sauces that you use, like that shit adds up.
Or the calories from drinks, like, okay, in my coffee, you know, it's like when I order a different coffee when I'm trying to cut weight versus when I'm not. So like when I'm not cutting weight, I'm like, yo, let me get the cold brew with the oat milk with the hazelnut in there, and like when I'm cutting, it's like, okay, give me the cold brew.
Yeah,
you know, like or if I have like oat milk, I'll literally add it myself.
Yeah,
because you even said, I swear to God, you'll say light oat milk, and they'll be like,
dumping it in.
Yeah,
and even like for me too, like I mentioned this to Ty the other day. Well, first of all, Drew Whitehead, which is our boss at the DECA, said, he came up to me and he was like, I just want to let you know, like, you know, I'm really proud of you. Proof is in the pudding. And I was like, what's that supposed to mean? And he was like, I remember one time last year you were kind of like, you know, really fit, but like large and in charge Trass. And he's like, now I see like athletic endurance-based Trass. And it was never that like any physique that I've ever had was necessarily bad. It was just a different type of physique. And at one point I was heavy for what I wanted to do. And so like a lot of the things that I had to do, I had to change as far as like my diet. And what I told Ty was that like, it's a lot of whole foods. And even though we're easygoing people and maybe I don't cook as much as I should, it's like eating whole foods or doing the simpler things that make sense instead of eating out all the time, because all the sauces and the oils and the butter and shit that you don't realize that people cook in is a lot of fucking calories. So yeah, it might be easy for you to go to Cava and fucking go to Kairos and you're like choosing these healthier places, but you don't really know what they're doing. You're telling them to give you some sauce and you have 5 scoops of tzatziki on there, and at home you might just put 1, or you know what I'm saying? Like
what Trass is essentially saying is meal prep.
Yeah, meal prep. Just like pay attention to your shit.
You've got to, was it like if you don't
like I'm an intuitive eater as fuck, but I still will go get a rotisserie chicken. Yeah. And like do what I have to do for it to be easy but make sense for my diet. And I'll eat out every once in a while, but I don't eat out every single day. But but I'm lucky in the fact that I'm a very intuitive eater. Yeah, whereas like some people need more control.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yeah, some shit.
Yeah.
It's essentially, Trask can do that intuitive eating shit. No. Bro, I have to meal prep.
Some people don't.
I have to meal prep or else I'll eat the whole world. So I have to like come with things. I'll have for my day like a whole thing of shredded chicken that I prepped up and like vegetables that I've got prepped up and a sweet potato. Dude, sometimes, man, I'll get deli turkey from Publix. Boar's Head deli turkey.
Yep, I have that in my fridge right now.
Maple honey turkey, by the way, slaps.
Boar's Head's the only way to go.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'll literally heat up a sweet potato, cut it open, and I'll put some sweet potato in the turkey and roll it up. And I'll do like sweet potato roll-ups. And that's my like, there's my protein, there's my carb. We're good. It's high in sodium, so usually on those days I'm like, don't need an LMNT because I'm good to go.
Dude, lunch meat's the shit. Some people like trash on lunch meat, but like getting yourself some Boar's Head deli turkey is like the shit.
Yeah, I definitely am always bloated when I eat it because,
but sodium fucking heavy. But like sometimes you need that shit.
Yeah. So, but I think that it's just you've got to prep like, and even if you don't want to prep your meals, like I'll prep a whole container of chicken thighs shredded up, a whole container of like ground bison. Ground bison. God damn. It's been a day. And then I will have things in my freezer like ready or in my fridge ready to go. So it's like you have rice packs ready to go, you have potatoes ready to go, you've got vegetables ready to go, so that whatever it is for that day, it's like, okay, I'm having a higher carb day, I'm having a lower carb day, I'm having, carbs later when I cook my meal. So like now I'm going to have this. It's like you can just grab what you need. Maybe it's veggies that day. Maybe it's your potato. Maybe it's your rice, whatever it is. You can have that good to go. And also have things that work for your lifestyle. Like for me, I have access to a microwave, but I don't have access to a kitchen. So it's like I need stuff that's microwavable. And that's all. That's it. I can't be like, hey, I'm going to bring like my stuff that I can cook up in my office kitchen. That's not a thing that I have. I don't go home for lunch. Like some people also work from home and they can make a lunch. Some people work from home and they don't feel like they can make a lunch. So
yeah. And I do think like, especially like being an athlete, like, okay, I'm in like a really weird, I'm like fucking sweating over here still. I'm in like this
I'm fucking hot.
Yeah. It's just hot and period down here. It's one of those things where like, I feel like most athletes or just people in general these days, especially during the summertime, like you're on the go no matter what the fuck you do. Like you always seem like you can never catch a break. And at some point in time during the day, you're going to be like, holy shit, I haven't eaten in 10 hours. And then you're like, oh my God, I also haven't worked out today. And then I catch people coming into the gym really late in the afternoon and they haven't eaten a damn thing. They haven't had a lick of water. And then they go try to work out for an hour and they are absolutely gassed. And they almost do themselves a disservice because you're not even outputting what you should be doing in your workout because you're not preparing prior. And I'm also just saying this because that's me too. Like literally right now, my, shit's going on. And like Abigail will text me and Alana will text me. They're like, did you eat today? And I'm looking at the clock and it's like 2:00. And I'm like, damn, I definitely haven't eaten today. And I just ran 12 miles this morning. That's a really bad idea, And even like for me, it just like gets the best of you sometimes. But that's also failure on my part to like plan to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's a little bit of a give and take. But from a lot of people that I've been talking to, it's almost like they are having this weird stance of, this just seems to be the common theme. They like are kind of feeling really bad about themselves of how they look, but then they feel really shitty during the day and in their workouts because they're not getting in enough, right? Which in turn allows them to not do well at their goals of training and being an athlete.
Yeah, so you just feel ultimately like shit all the time.
Right. So ultimately you feel like shit all the time and you're like, nothing's working. And so I was just like, for most of these people, I'm like, you need to track your shit. I was like, and sometimes when I say track your shit to some people, like for you might have to write down exactly what it is. For somebody like Ty, who like the numbers game, he was like, hell nah. I was like, dude, chicken, rice, spicy mayonnaise, pesto sauce, Alfredo, like just write it down because maybe you're fucking having 5 cups of Alfredo sauce every week. And you even know. You know what I'm saying? Just like write down what it is you actually eat so that way you can nitpick it apart at the end of the week.
Yeah. Build awareness around what you eat. plan your food and meal prep, actually track your macros.
Yeah.
Or hire somebody to plan everything for you. I think those are kind of the overarching tips that I would give to those people.
Yeah.
You have to generate awareness, have a goal, and then have a plan to reach said goal. Mm-hmm. If you can't hire somebody to help you do that, you have to have an actual action plan, and that's going to involve like prepping food.
Yeah.
And eating a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And generating more awareness around the foods that you choose and the times that you eat them. Mm-hmm. So
it's investing in your time in a way that's efficient. One of my clients actually, she literally has a gallon water jug. When I tell you this bitch will carry that gallon water jug around all day and not drink a single lick of it.
Okay.
So like what she does is like, we have a feature on our watches and Polar that like you can set reminders, you can set carb and drink reminders when you're working out. So like in long races, I can do that. And then it'll kind of like ring on my wrist and it'll say like carb up. But she like on her phone literally sets like alarms. And she'll like set and just, ADHD out and about doing the thing. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I've had a singular water bottle in 8 hours. And for her, she's literally carrying this thing around, but she doesn't drink it. So like she sets an alarm on her phone for her to drink. And for her, it works. To me, that would not work for me anyway, because I would just turn it off and keep moving on. But for some people, it fucking works. Yeah. So like just do what you have to do, It's not stupid. It's just sometimes you got to operate differently.
Should we talk about meal timing?
I mean, yeah, you can.
I mean, it's very basic. Around your training sessions, I would have some form of carbohydrate, an hour and a half before.
Generalize,
yeah. Usually one that's going to digest fairly well, is easy on your stomach. You do your training session. After your training session, I'd have some form of protein and carbohydrate. Yep. Depending on how long your training session is, maybe some fats as well. Usually there's going to be fats in the protein and carb that you choose. Mm-hmm. Anyways, and what you cook with, you're going to cook with some sort of fat. So that's usually already
done for you.
Yeah, already taken care of. And then later in your day, or if you work out later in your day, at wherever the bookends of I'm not training, that's when I would have more proteins and fats. Not because fats are bad or anything, just fats tend to slow down digestion a little bit. Also, like heavy protein tends to slow down digestion and absorption. And if you are trying to store energy for a workout that's happening, you want it to digest and absorb well and quickly and efficiently. You don't want any kind of GI issues either. No pooping while you're running.
No distress.
Yeah. And then also, whenever you are done with your training session, you want everything to be absorbed as quickly as possible so that your body is already, once you're finished with the training session, taking in the nutrients it needs.
Rebuild.
To essentially, I don't like the word rebuild, but that's the best way to put it.
It's the best way to put it.
Yeah. There's some form of protein degradation that's occurred in whatever training session you've done. There's some form of tissue, muscle, metabolite damage that's occurred where your protein needs to be used to operate in a way to fix that. Also, you're going to be depleted in carbohydrates because your body's using carbohydrates for exercise. So having some form of carbohydrates is also important. So it can get stored right back in that muscle.
And do the thing with the stuff.
Right back in that muscle so it can be used, or in the liver, but whatever. Just depends on.
Was that anything that you were thinking of? I'm curious now.
No. That was a totally different topic.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Totally different topic than I was
going to say. Sometimes we finish each other's sentences. I wonder if we finish each other's topics.
I was going to have it be training when your partner doesn't support your goals.
Oh my God, that's actually a really good topic.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
We can do that next week.
Stay tuned.
That's a really good fucking
topic.
I
thought that was, I think that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, hyperfixation was a topic that I was thinking about talking about, which you can definitely hyperfixate on food. I think training, I have some of the most fucked up I've been in terms of training and food is because I've hyperfixated on it.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people. It's they're so fixated on am I doing the right thing that they fucking do nothing, and then thus they do the wrong thing because you do nothing. And I always one of my favorite quotes right now that I said.
Oh my God.
No, but one of my favorite things that I try to say to myself really is sometimes the worst decision is the one you take too long to make.
Yeah. Wait, we've said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said that before too.
Yeah.
Not because I heard you say it.
But it's not like something I made up. It's just something that I started saying to myself. And then I was like, this is resonating with me well. But seriously, yeah, sometimes the worst decision is the one you take too long to make, really. And I think sometimes it's make the decision and just be firm in it. Whether it's you did it and you're doing it, or you're not doing it and you're not fucking doing it. Or I'm not doing this, but I'm doing this. It's like today. I had to meet with you. I ran late with my client. I didn't make my 11:30 jujitsu. Guess fucking what? I didn't go. I worked out. I trained legs like I was supposed to. Went on a long ass walk in the heat. I fucking sweat like hell.
Crazy.
Jogged around a little bit, and I'm either gonna go train jujitsu later tonight, or I'm gonna do some back work by myself. It's like,
just gotta do it.
But you like, if I had sat there and I was like, oh, but what it and
no, just make a decision, fucking take it head on.
Because then I would have kept you up because you would have been waiting, and then I would have been like, I don't know, and then jujitsu, and then I would have felt like, oh my god, I didn't go to jujitsu.
You would have ended up doing nothing, and then you felt like guilty for not doing anything. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I should be doing legs right now. Like, it's seriously like that's what happens. Yeah.
And it's the same thing. People will do that with. I'll do it with eating. People will do that with eating. It's like, oh my god, should I eat this? Should I not eat this? And then they'll either like, I'm gonna eat it, just stress eat, or they'll eat nothing.
Yeah.
Or you'll like friggin' starve yourself. You get to the end of your day, like I've had like 25 calories.
Yeah. And then
you're so freaked out about
what I should eat. And then randomly throughout the week, when I get a text from one of them that says like, did you eat today? And I'm like, it's 8 p.m. And then I'll fucking like eat a giant ass meal, and I'm like, but that's only more recently.
Really
although last night I had a really crazy experience where I literally woke up fucking starving at midnight and made myself a sandwich and went right back to bed. I was like, I just sometimes just gotta fucking do it, man. Because I didn't eat enough throughout the day.
Yeah.
I went to bed at a reasonable hour for me. Okay.
That's disgusting.
And,
Tracy,
and then I woke up in the middle of the night and was like, I need a sandwich.
Tracy is talking about like making sure you eat enough calories, but is like the biggest fucking hypocrite. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, recently I've been like the worst person ever. I haven't been eating anything. It makes you feel like you're holding on to everything.
Yeah.
Like I literally like all last week and this week I keep being like, holy shit, I am large and in charge,
when you do, but
baby.
you're not. You're like fucking teeny. Because what happens is you don't eat, and then you're like, I need food, so you go to like Chipotle,
just fucking rave,
and you're like, why am I bloated?
Right.
And it's like because all you have in your body is
Chipotle. It's some corn, chicken, and extra
salt,
guac.
And salt, boy. And fucking salt.
Yeah.
And then like...
We're getting better, though. We're on the come up. I had a good week.
Tracy is the definition of like fail to plan to fail.
Right now.
When it comes to food.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
No.
You never have meal prepped, ever.
Oh, well, but yeah, because I don't really need to.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
the opposite of you, though. I really don't, though. But I'm a good intuitive eater where I could bird all day long, and I could just like pick, and then I'm actually good. And also, if I did that though, here's the thing.
I think you'd do better if you had breakfast, because I
can't, man.
Dude, your cortisol is way too high in the morning, and then you know what you do? You have fucking caffeine, which is going to caffeine to me is like the same with appetite as cocaine.
Yeah, well, it makes me shit. Because it's diuretic, and so it makes me go to the bathroom. So, like, I need to go.
Okay, well, you can still have your coffee, but, like, tamp it down with, like, a fucking banana and some mush or something.
Oh, I do that. I don't do mush.
Like,
I can't do that.
Okay, so,
I can't do an oatmeal. I can do a banana. I do a banana.
Can you do, like, a waffle and a banana? Can you have something other?
On my long run days, I can. If I know I'm going, like, on Thursday, I'll have it because I know that by the time, especially now that I start class at 5 a.m. Bar? Yeah, those I can do. Those I do. Yes, those I do.
You have a protein bar in the morning?
Yeah, like I do RX bars. They're the only things I can really get down. They taste nasty.
I hate those, bro.
But listen, they're the only thing that my stomach can get down is an RX bar in the morning.
Whatever.
Or a Vans waffle. I could do that. Or a banana. That's my 3 things, and I'm out. Okay. Anything else?
That's fine.
Forget it.
Dude, my favorite right now has been the fucking peanut butter mush overnight oats with a scoop of protein powder.
If I make overnight oats, it's got to be, I can't eat it until like noon.
Oh, dude, no. I could eat it like 6 in the morning before work.
I can't.
And then a banana.
Oh, yeah.
Mished up on there.
Yeah. 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 If I do overnight oats, it's just like I cannot, like the acidity in my stomach. Do you think that it would help out the issue a little bit by like putting something satiating in your system, it just fucking makes everything worse.
You know what I can't do,
and
though?
I can't
black
digest.
coffee. I can't do black coffee anymore. And it's not even because, like, black coffee is disgusting, which it is. And if you think it's not, black coffee is gross.
Coffee is fucking great. Don't let her lie to you.
Lucky Goat black coffee, all right. Any other black coffee, Starbucks black coffee, Starbucks coffee in general is fucking shit.
It's not the best coffee.
It's disgusting. So
it's also really overly expensive.
Let me change this. Good black coffee, tolerable. My stomach with black coffee is like too much acid, bitch. I have to put a little bit of like oat milk in my nose.
Did you see that? My nose is like
just twitched hard.
Yeah.
I have to put a little creamer in my coffee. Even now when I fast, even if I do a fast, if I have coffee, I'll put like a little oat milk. I'm like, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's just the acid kills me.
No, but it's still there. It's still a fucking coffee.
Yeah, but the creamer mutes it somehow.
I mean, okay.
It's like a real thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just like weird because I would think that it would kind of be the opposite, but
adding cream to your coffee?
Yeah, I mean, like you add cream to your coffee. It just like, I don't know. For me, it makes everything worse.
Okay. Do you add like dairy creamer?
Like
or non-dairy creamer?
No, like cream, like heavy, like creamer, like cream, coffee creamer.
Okay. No.
What are you adding?
Like oat milk.
Oh. Okay. Did you say that? Did I miss that?
That to me is creamer.
Okay,
I think
yeah,
I said oat milk.
Okay.
I think I said oat milk. Yeah,
you definitely said
creamer.
Milk.
Yeah, but I said oat milk.
No, you did.
Yeah,
you said creamer. You said I have to add. You said I have to add some creamer to my coffee.
Run that shit back.
She did not. You said I have to add creamer to my coffee.
I did, but before I said oat milk.
Maybe
it's implied.
It. It's not fucking implied.
It's implied. I can't do just like creamer. But I will say that oat milk creamer, that
Oatly or the Chobani one,
bro, that shit is dangerous,
and it will make you go to the bathroom. But
let me tell you, you don't need a lot. Like I'll literally put like the serving size is a tablespoon. I really will only need a tablespoon because I'm like, damn, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's just good.
God damn,
wasn't it like cookies and cream or something?
Yeah, I do the caramel macchiato one.
Yeah,
and I will seriously. That's for a special occasion. That's on like a Saturday morning.
Okay, good. Fucking bougie with the coffee.
Treat myself with some caramel macchiato, oat milk creamer.
Oh my god. Okay, well next week we'll dive into some shit because that's a good topic too.
The partners. Okay,
I love that.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Well, I'm hot as fuck.
I'm hot as fuck too. Meeting. Okay, cool. And I've got a.
I'm sorry. What? All right, guys. We will see you.
Oh my god, what are we doing? Peace out, motherfuckers.